Today we are going to start a new chapter, subject history, lesson 16, India's contribution to the United Nations. Page number 89 and 90, only 2 pages. Today we will read and you listen very carefully and you will try to accept, you will try to get the central idea of this chapter. In the previous classes, we have discussed elaborately lesson 15, the various kinds of agencies of the United Nations, okay, and various types of organs of the United Nations, those who are working day to day to inhibit the child labor, the poverty and progress of the education and research of science, okay, of the various kinds of countries. Now this chapter is related to the previous chapter. This chapter is mainly based on our country. That means, what is the name of the chapter? India's contribution to the United Nations. That means, the United Nations was formed to destroy the war among various kinds of countries, and they organized the relationship between two or among various kinds of countries. So, separately today we will discuss what was the contribution of India to the United Nations. What was the role of our country to the United Nations. Okay. So mainly you know that India has been associated with the United Nations from the earlier. That means inception. From the beginning, India has been associated with the United Nations. But India is the first country, you know, and India is the largest democratic country in the world. So India has always worked actively for world peace and human dignity, betterment of human dignity, that means humanity, through the United Nations and its various kinds of agencies. Okay. So, it is very important to know what was the rule of our country and how they helped, that means our country helped the United Nations. That means in these situations, our country how recover all kinds of problems and how our country extended their hand to serve all kinds of projects. Next, there have a person named Mrs. Vijayalakshmi Pandit. Mrs. Vijayalakshmi Pandit was the sister of Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru. He was the first woman to be elected as the President of the General Assembly. Okay, you have learned in the previous chapters that General Assembly is the organs of the United Nations. So, at first, Mrs. Vijayalakshmi Pandit, sister of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, was elected as the first woman President of the General Assembly of the United Nations. Okay, other Indians have also held important positions of the United Nations. So, India was not a permanent member of the United Nations. India was the non-permanent members of the Security Council. Okay. So, India has cooperated in sending Indian soldiers to the various kinds of countries and various kinds of work they have done. Next, non-aligned movement. After Second World War, 1945, the political situation of the world became tense. So, in the ancient India, when United Nations was set up and various kinds of agencies are doing their works, and after Second World War, 1945, after Second World War, when the world, the political situation of the world was very tense, then the non-aligned movement was set up at first in India. There are so many poverty, there are so many dissimilarities. Okay. The USA and the Soviet Union, mainly Russia, emerged as the two superpowers of the world. Okay, in these situations, USA and Soviet Asia emerged as the two superpowers of the world. As the two superpowers disagreed on almost everything of the other countries, especially the new independent and weak nations were forced to join non-aligned themselves. Okay, align themselves. So, USA and Soviet Union, these countries thought that they were most powerful. They are most powerful. Okay, so always they wanted to wrap in war and want to recover all the powers from other countries. So, for this reason, various kinds of alignment are formed. For example, non-aligned movement, in brief, NAM, it is called NAM, N-A-M, non-aligned movement. Non-aligned movement. So, there are so many persons, they are involved in non-aligned movement. Jawaharlal Nehru, Gamal Abdel Nasser, Marshal Tito, Kwame Nkrumah. Okay, these persons are involved in non-aligned movement to keep the balance of the world, mainly to inhibit the various kinds of war among the countries. Okay, so at first you read the chapter very carefully, only 2 pages, India's contribution to the United Nations. Read the chapter very carefully. Okay, and there are so many questions. In the next classes we will discuss their question and answers. Okay.